full screen. Guys, we have a huge surprise calling in. Well, no, it's not a huge surprise because I posted it, I think, on Facebook and Twitter.
So who did I just speak to?
That's the Boogeyman.
Is that a big deal?
Oh, it's a big deal.
Can I brag about it?
You can brag about it, yeah. The Boogeyman. Well, Maya doesn't watch a whole lot of wrestling, and I think Boogeyman was gone by the time Maya got here, or at least from the national stage so much. But he's made some appearances on WWE.
As long as I can brag about it.
So, yeah, the Boogeyman is getting ready to call in. He's a dear friend. He was with us at Ohio Valley Wrestling and one of the class acts. And he actually contacted me last night and said he would be honored to do the show and to help us raise some money for the homeless. Go to the Facebook page, donate there if that's your avenue to donate, or if you want to donate at PayPal, just make sure to put in the notes that it is a donation for the homeless. And we thank you so much. And hopefully Marty will be dialing us in here. If not, messenger, and I'll dial him.
So as we're waiting for him to call, I would just like to say, sorry for being late, of course. That is him. I will apologize in a minute.
Apologize later. So let's get him in here. It's a big deal. This is, I'll tell. It's a big deal. And connected, it says we are Mr. Marty, aka WWE superstar, the Boogeyman. How are you doing?
What's going on, my good friend?
I am doing good. Maya, take a look at that man, huh? Is that a good-looking man or what?
Hello, Mr. Wright. I gotta say, I'm so sorry. I imagine that a wrestling fan would have recognized your voice on the phone. However, I was just like, who am I speaking to? I know nothing about wrestling, so I'm very sorry about that.
He's got one of the coolest entrances in the history of wrestling. And he has a thing, and I told him he can't do it on the show today. He has a thing to where when he defeats his victim, he puts worms in their mouth, and he eats them too. He must have eaten 50 pounds of worms a month.
Jesus.
Now Boogeyman, that's Mr. Boogeyman to you. You don't have the right to call him Mr. Wright. That's Mr. Boogeyman to you. And he did a bit on Ohio Valley Wrestling once, and I didn't know he was going to do it. Who did you throw through the door at Ohio Valley, right behind me at the broadcast booth?
You know, that was actually you remember what's the tall kid named Ryan? Remember Ryan?
Yeah, I remember Ryan.
Ryan, he was the guy where we went down and he actually threw me through the door.
Oh, he threw you through it. Okay, yeah, I knew somebody went through the door, but you didn't stay down. You came back out, right?
I came back out. In fact, Danny Davis, who was such a great guy also, and I miss you guys down there.
I hate Danny Davis.
It was a great thing, but Danny Davis and Jim Cornette. That was down there allowed me to go ahead and do a creative thing, and I went over there to a Target, I believe. I think it was called
Target. Target. Absolutely, yeah.
One of those door places, one of those housing or homing places.
Yeah,
on a door,
like Home Depot or something, maybe.
Home Depot, correct.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And picked up a door, and we fixed the door up. And I told him I wanted him to throw me through this because I was so engaged with this character.
You were definitely engaged. Matter of fact, I think I watched you go off on somebody once when they brought up your age or something and thought you were too old to do this. And oh my God, they found out real quick Marty wasn't too old. No, that question never came up again. And he was engaged, man. When Marty was in character, Mr. Boogeyman. When he was in character, man, you didn't. He was the Jim Carrey of wrestling. You didn't mess with him. I didn't mess with him. But Marty was always so good to me and so kind, unlike some other people. John Cena.
That is such a kind thing for you to say, and I noticed watching you, I follow you.
Yeah.
And I saw your pic, and I said, "Wow, Boas, look, you're looking thinner, man.
You know what?
Look like you're losing weight and up and doing your thing. At least you to change your body, and health is wealth, man. That's all we got."
I feel much better. My knees still suck, and I'm going to shorten. Being as you're on audio, I'm going to try and shorten this screen here so we can. You got it. As a matter of fact, Marty, if I were to take this beautiful pink shirt off right now, I would look about dead like I'd look dead like you. I really
would not. And you don't need to prove that. You can keep it on.
I don't want to show off or anything. I'm not here to embarrass my
Mr.
guest.
Boogeyman, I gotta say, I would rather have a mouthful of worms than to do that.
Maya wants to suck some worms rather than have me peel off.
I'll be more than happy to send you something. Better yet, I'd like to pay you guys a personal visit and give them to you.
Oh my God! Oh! He's going to hand deliver your worms for you.
I'm down for that.
Lay you on your back and fill your mouth full of worms. Well,
hey, that's a sacrifice I'm worth.
Yeah, worms. Yeah. I had to pluralize that myself. Her laying on her back taking a worm wouldn't be that big of a change of pace for me. You do know this show is very R-rated. We're raising money from the homeless, and this is just a terrible. Well, by the way, Kieran McVeigh just brought up a good point, and I was about to bring it up, but Kieran has reminded me. Kieran McVeigh, I think one of our international viewers, I think he's over in the UK or Bosnia or somewhere.
UK or Bosnia?
It's one of those places.
Same thing.
Ethiopia, I forget. But how do you feel knowing you're the man that got Jim Cornette fired? How do you feel about that? I'm going to be like Mike Wallace. I'm going to ask the hard questions.
That I got someone, I didn't get anybody.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got him fired because when that punk Russell Santino and sell for you.
No. Santino, I love Santino.
I love him too. And a hell of a chef. He's a hell of a chef. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's a hell of a MMA mixed martial arts guy.
Yes, he was the wrong person for Jimmy to be fucking. We'll just say that.
And like I said, and Santino, let me get the air clear on that.
Sure.
He and I are good friends. We communicate.
I love him too, and please tell him hello for me next time you talk to him. He's a great guy.
And so is Jim Cornette. So
well, let's not get carried away.
But I got caught up in the whole mix of things, unfortunately.
Right.
I mean, at that time, I broke into wrestling not really knowing how things worked, because I into the field of wrestling, I was 40 years of age.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you were a contestant on Tough Enough, correct?
Correct. That is absolutely correct.
And didn't they give you shit about your age there? Because didn't you lie about your age to get on the show?
Yeah. Well, I like to say I fabricated.
You pulled a Bolin. You enhanced the truth dramatically.
Yes, I upsold.
You upsold. How old were you when you were on Tough Enough?
I was 40.
40, and how old did you tell them you were?
I told him I was 30. The closest person to my age was maybe, I believe he was 29 or 30.
Who was in your class and who won that year? Because I know not long after it ended, you were at OVW.
Yeah, well, shortly after. Let's just go to show and tell everybody, man. Age is just a number. If you really believe in what you want to do in life.
That's what I tell all 10 of my Filipino girlfriends is that age is just a number.
Saw that one coming.
You saw that one coming a mile away.
I was about to tell him, for the love of God, Mr. Boogeyman, shut up, shut up,
Boogeyman.
Don't encourage him.
Don't tell Bolin the number's just a number.
Big brother Bolin.
Oh my.
It was a good deal, and everything in a nutshell turned out to be okay. So it turned out to be very good. So, but I thank God for having that opportunity and spending that time there in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I learned a lot,
Oh, a lot of good people to learn from, primarily me. And then of course, Cornette, he knew it.
Star maker.
I was the star maker. You might have been the only one that didn't beg to get in Bolin's services. Everybody knew that if it got in BS, they were getting called up. I'm surprised Boogeyman didn't try to sign a contract with me.
Well, Boogeyman operated on totally as an individual.
Boogeyman didn't sign contracts. He spit worms in his mouth.
Boogeyman didn't care too much about contract or a belt or anything.
No, he didn't worry about. He had plenty of them. He didn't need what the WWE. Let me ask you this: who came up with the Boogeyman character, and who came up with the worms?
Well, Boogeyman character it's all me.
Yeah, because I noticed you got to keep your name after you left. Not a lot of people get to do that.
And what people don't understand, and when it comes to that, it's folklore. It's folklore, just as Santa Claus, Peter Cottontail, or anything else. I was just fortunate enough to bring a face to it, and carry it out. And Vince thought it was a great idea and gave me the.
And you know what? He don't do that for many people. Cena kept his real name. He's actually had a couple of different gimmicks. He was the rapper for a while. And here's the thing, John Cena, even when he was OVW, he had over 100 pair of boots and over 200 pair of tights to match the colors of the pro and college teams in the city he would be in. And he was preparing himself for the WWE, and that was his thing. He was going to wear the college and pro colors of whatever city he was in, and then he gets this gimmick and he wears blue jeans and tennis shoes the rest of his life. Yeah, and got no use out of all those damn tights and boots he bought.
So, Mr. Boogeyman, may I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you have any kids?
Kids, no wife.
You see his picture? You think the government's gonna let him keep a kid?
I was just wondering if you had kids. I was dying to know whether those kids were scared of the boogeyman. Isn't the folk?
Damn right, they're scared of the boogeyman. Neighbor kids are scared. They don't go out in the yard.
Bobby Lashley's kids are.
Oh, I love Bobby. Bobby's another class act
that I'm very close with, and so is Booker T's kids. Booker T's family, I'm really close with.
Yeah.
And
I love Booker too. Booker was always a class act with us, and Bobby Lashley. I told everybody you were one of the nicest men I ever knew in wrestling, and I tell you what, if anyone's nicer than you, it might be Bobby Lashley. At least he don't eat worms.
Nice, yeah. And both of those guys are the nicest guys, but both of those guys you do not want to. Speaking of Bobby and
legit badass.
On that wrong side.
Legit badass, absolutely.
But two of the best workers in the industry. I still say today, Booker T is one of the best guys I've ever worked with. He was so animated. He and Sharmell.
Sharmell was with us at OVW, and what a beautiful, sweet person. I love Sharmell, just a great person. And I never pictured her to be with Booker T, though. When I heard that they were together, I said, that don't sound right. It just didn't match up to me. I didn't think that's who she'd end up with.
Oh, man, they're the perfect couple.
I thought she'd end up with me, but they must have happening for some reason.
Watch out.
Guess when you wait for... Yeah, I don't want Booker to know that, do I? He'll come over here and beat my ass today.
But so how are things there in OVW? I hear Al Snow's doing some good stuff.
Al Snow's going to be on the show at 2:30 today. I got David. Yeah, Al Snow's at 2:30. I got David Hero, his best friend, coming on at 2:15. So he's actually talked to me about possibly doing a comeback at OVW. I've only got one stipulation to make me do that. I don't know if he just wants me back for a final show or two, or to actually do some permanent stuff that as a 60-year-old man can do. But I look forward to it, and he's got things going good there. They got a new cable network they're being a part of, and then, of course, the virus hits, and it's kind of slowed everything up. And he's heavy in production on the new show, and he's still taking the time out to call in today, so we appreciate that.
Will you please tell him that I said?
Oh, I certainly will. Maya will remind me.
For sure, yes.
My short-term memory sucks, but I'll remember to tell him the Boogeyman said hello. That'll make his day. I'll tell him that he owes you money and he needs to be settling up.
Don't start that.
Kenny, what's going on? Boogeyman, if you knew the trouble I got in yesterday for pulling one of my pranks, oh my God, I got led by one news reporter about basically what a piece of shit I was for working my dog into an angle. I thought it was fun, but boy, when she got done with me, I not even me feel like a piece of shit, but Tara Bassett at Fox 41 lit my ass up yesterday, and I had to do a 1-hour apology. Well, I didn't have to, but I did it. About the stunt I pulled. 99% of the people forgave me. I had to block a couple of people that wouldn't let it go. And they didn't donate to the show today anyway, so screw them. But, oh, God, man. We just did a little stunt with my dog, and it just got out of hand. We thought the Photoshop pictures were so obvious, and we had to delete the pictures. I even had an attorney going along with it, and he got in trouble.
Wow.
Yeah,
basically I photoshopped some firefighters in the background. I was stuck in the fence. He was never stuck.
He was never stuck.
The stupid dog, he was putting his head through a fence to eat grass in the neighbor's yard, and we kept yelling at him not to eat the grass.
The neighbor's grass was better than our grass, I guess.
So we took the picture because it just looked so hilarious, and then I put some firefighters in the background, and I mean, firefighters are missing arms and legs. It looks photoshopped to hell. It looks like shit. They're hovering above the grass. A lot of people were pointing it out, and they were like, "This is hilarious. Look at the firefighters."
Yeah.
But there was one woman who
firefighter fighter had no hands and another one had no legs.
Yes.
But
and I mean, it was just stopped so poorly. You know, it looked really fake.
It was not the good stuff.
Yeah, and so one person, she didn't read the post. She didn't really look at the pictures.
She didn't see the pictures.
She just completely went crazy and started calling the news and stuff. And then the news got involved. And when they realized that the story was a bust, they were disappointed.
Boogie, they were going to send a news team to my house to cover this desperate dog stuck in the fence that they'd been working on for 12 hours and couldn't get his head out of the fence. So the big payoff was going to be, well, after 12 hours of trying to rescue Scooby, it turned out all he had to do was back up.
But we never got to that point.
We didn't get to the big
because
finish.
this woman didn't read the post or look at the pictures.
Yeah.
You got to be careful in today's world. Put out there as far as products.
Says that man. I'm looking at your face. Says that man. The guy that put worms in about 7,000 miles over the course of his career.
Apparently you can't put it in the dog's mouth.
And there was 72% of, 82% protein. So
don't be making this a health thing. Don't be telling the people this is healthy to eat worms, even though it probably is.
It is. It is
probably healthier than anything I'm going to eat today. I got Wick's Pizza coming later today.
Oh boy.
Speaking of Wick's, Chad Wick's is up there.
Oh yeah, we got Wick's. How far from our back door is Wick's?
Like by foot, maybe a minute and a half.
A minute and a half if you walk there. Now 6 days if I walk.
Literally just one block.
Yeah, unbelievable.
No, Bowman. I mean the wrestler Chad Wick's.
Oh, Chad Wick's. He had the fireman gimmick, right?
He had him and John Tolan.
John Tolan, Tank Tolan.
They were the Dicks.
The Dick. Yeah, they went to the WWE as the Dicks, right?
Correct.
They went to the WWE as the Dicks. I don't think combined they were sweet tall.
Yeah, they were.
But reasonably tough guys, right? You know about tough guys. Would you say that Chad and Tank could handle themselves pretty well?
Oh, Chad and Tank were, great workers. For whatever reason it is. You know how.
They got stuck with the gimmick from hell. In my opinion, that thing just never had a chance to work from the got there. Your tag team name's the Dicks. It's an uphill battle from there. Now, but they were fairly well. And you know another team that got shit on? Do you remember the team that had God, I can't think of their name. They came out with the Boas on and very flamboyant. Not a very big team. And they got over big time down here, and they went to the WWE and just flopped. You remember who I'm talking about?
No, I can't say.
Yeah, they on a gay type of act, and they had the feathered boas and everything. And somebody that watches OVW, right? Remember your girlfriend Rory in there?
Yes, hi Rory.
Yeah, she dumped me for you. Oh, hi Kenny and the beautiful Maya. Boogie, it's my show. It's basically my show, and this Rory girl from Canada comes in here and just craps on me. How you doing, Kenny? Oh, it's the beautiful Maya. It's my girl Maya. Oh my God, makes me sick. But
by the way, a lot of people are saying that Chad is back in Louisville. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Chad is back in Louisville. He called me just the other day, and he's talking to me about a gimmick that he's trying to work with and getting back out there. But God bless everybody out there that has a dream and they're going after it, man.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you for calling in. I bumped Johnny Fairplay to get you on here. That ain't bad. We bumped Johnny to 110. So I want to give you the last 3 minutes to plug anything you got going on or a message to my fans and yours.
Hey man, I love you guys. I miss you mainly so much, Mr. Bowling.
Well, I miss you too.
You're such a great guy. You guys keep listening.
I know.
In the bowling. And I'm doing great here in Denver. I'm still on a Legends contract.
Hey, great! I see you. I see you pop in there from time to time. That's great because I know that's a good payday. I'm always rooting for that. And you know what? If you can hold a Bobby to give us 15 minutes, we'll squeeze him in here sometime today. I'd love to hear from him.
I certainly will, Big Brother Bowling.
Tell him the Boogeyman to beat his ass and feed him worms if he call in. Oh, by the way, real quick, were you there the day that Bobby Lashley beat Mark Henry in a shoot fight at the arena in a shoot wrestling match?
I am not gonna attest to that.
I'll start some shit.
My good friend.
I'll start some shit. Mark Henry turned me down today, so I'll tell the story.
No one beats Mark Henry. The most up respect
He is the world's strongest man. Both men.
Nobody can touch.
Both men members of Bowling Services, and both men class acts. But Mark turned me down today. Mark turned me down today, so I'm putting Bob over. All right, Johnny Fairplay's trying to call in, so let me get Johnny in.
Brother,
Thank you, my friend. Hey, God bless you, man. Thank you much.
Talk to you guys later.
I love you, buddy. Thank you.
Love you too, brother. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.